How much time does it really take to trade on a daily basis? Well, it all depends on what you're looking to do. If you're looking to day trade, do bots, Forex, all those type of things, then it's gonna take you some time to figure it out and you could stare at a screen. I'm not all about that. I'm all about swing trading the smart way. And believe it or not, it only takes 10 minutes a day and only 2 to 3 days a month to really make it work consistently. Don't believe me? Let me break it down. So it really comes down to 4 simple steps. First step is screening. Now, we'll show you in a second how fast it takes you to screen. If you know the filters to put in, it should literally take you less than a few minutes to actually find the proper trade. You'll know the exact stocks to look for, and you know exactly what kind of patterns to look for. So that's the first step. You just look for a list, and I'll tell you this much, most of the time, you will have those stocks already ready. So this 3 to 4 minute step might actually not even need to be there because you already have the stocks you're used to. Step number 2 is analyze. So this is when you have to use the charts. Now, here's the secret to it. You need practice. If you actually understand how the charts work, you could find plays in seconds. I do it all the time with my students. I'll take a few trades, I'll look at it within less than 4 seconds. I'll kind of have an idea because I look at them all the time. I don't expect everybody to do that immediately, but you could definitely get a chart read in about 2 to 4 minutes. Then the easy part, entering the trade. You need to know exactly what option trade to do unless you're trading stocks. And that's pretty simple to do. It's always the same rule every single time. This takes 1 to 2 minutes. So you just enter the trade in 1 to 2 minutes. Lastly, exiting the trade. You don't need to be timing the market perfectly. If you understood the charts, how it works and everything, all you have to do is set up an automatic exit. It's that simple, and that takes a minute to do. So you do the math, 3, 5, 7, 8, maybe 9, 10. It's about 10 minutes all together. You're in a trade, ready to go, and you could live your life. Now, the next trade, the only time you do a next trade is once you're profitable on this one. Unless you want to put 2 trades in and diversify, it's totally up to you, depending how busy you are. I like to be in 2 to 3 trades. Some people like to just be in 1, let it play out and wait. Either way, 10 minutes for each trade. That's why I say it's about 2 to 3 trades a month. And you're looking to make a substantial of about 8 to 20% gain per trade. You don't want to go looking for those 150, 200% gains because you're chasing. You set up an automatic exit based on over here. Sometimes you'll have, if you have multiple shares, you'll set up one at 8%, and then a few other shares at 20%. That way you have diversification. But either way, it's hands off, really simple. The first step we talked about is screening. We use something called FinViz. Very, very simple tool. It's free. Just go to finviz.com, click screener, and literally you could time me. What I would do is a couple things. One, I would go into volume. Okay, so if you see there's something that says volume here, here it is. I'm just going to show you so you could see it. And you would click here, always select over 1 million. After that, we want stocks that are above the 200-day simple day moving day average and 50-day moving day average. So if you click here, I'll literally select above this. So you can see there's 9,000 or 10,000 stocks out there. We're down to 1,580. Here, you would select above 50 SMA, and you could see right away we're down to 1,222 stocks. You could start looking at stocks. Now, the other thing we like to do is click on price and select stocks that are over $100, depending on what you're looking for. Sometimes we'll do over maybe like 70. So now we got ourselves 350 stocks, and you could go by sectors. Now, we're not going to go too much into detail here, but we usually select specific sectors. So in this case, let's just say we pick technology. Now you have 69 stocks to look at. You click on basic, and now you have charts that you could go through one by one and start looking at what you're looking to get into. So let's just say we're looking at a stock ARM. You could go in here and say, you know what? I like this one. I could click on it, look a little bit more into detail of what we find, and then we analyze for certain moves. Now we're already up to step 2 where we're analyzing the chart. Now you could use different tools, like some people use TradingView, some people use stock charts, some people use this tool. So it's whatever you like. I personally think this is a pretty good tool. I'll also use stock charts. You could do weekly, monthly, whatever charts you want. And based on here, we could see that we're looking at possibly going to the downside. I could see that in a few seconds. Here's the key, being a trader and being fast. It's going to take time to learn how to find the proper plays. That's key. Once you learn how to find the proper plays, it's going to take maybe a month, maybe 2 months to really get your knowledge on that and getting your mind to see it. But once you do, things become a lot easier. In fact, like what we've even done about in our community of traders that we teach and we coach, we give them stock picks so they could just quickly look at it and verify that they like it as well. Very important, do not just do stock picks blindly. Always have a philosophy of how it works. Otherwise, you could get in a lot of trouble. So those are the first 2 steps. Very quick, very simple. Then we go into actually putting in the trade. So those 2 steps are the major ones. The next 2 steps is literally going into your platform, putting in the trade. Once it's in, you set up a closing order, which should take you, again, another minute, and that's it. You have 10 minutes to complete the whole trade, and then you just wait for it to beep when it's ready to exit. Now I will say, most people, they like to look at the trades in the morning because that's a lot of times when things are starting to move up. The only time I would say that you would have to look at your trades, if you feel like maybe it's going in the wrong direction, you could probably set up another type of order. Now, once you get used to these types of trades, there's other ways you could do it even more safer and even easier than that. But this is essentially how we get people started with these simple 10-minute trades that they could still work, still live life, and be able to start creating a profit. So hey, if you ever lose your job, if anything ever happens, you have another nest egg there growing consistently. So if this is something that resonates with you and you want to learn more about these types of strategies more in depth and how you can utilize it yourself and learn it yourself, give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video. Talk soon.